Exercise 13, masking, opacity, levels, selection again. I want to go through on this particular image. We've done it before with our magic wand, and we saw how relatively easy it was to select the background and delete it. Okay, first thing, I'm going to copy up my layer, and I'm going to go to my eraser tool this time. If I take my eraser tool, we want to make sure it's a hard, so the opacity must be at 100%. And that means there's no blurring. So we can use our eraser, but of course if we go over the bird, we're going to cut it. Let me Control Z to undo. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to change my eraser tool, and we'll take background eraser tool. So now what happens is, I've got my background, and you can see what happens as I move my tool along. It just cuts out the background and the bird's safe. So there we have a very nice tool for working in fine environments, especially around trees, things like that, where you want to just take out the light, the background from between the branches. We've got a third eraser tool, and this is the magic eraser tool. The magic eraser tool, again, you set the tolerance, opacity, and now we'll click, and it works just like the magic one. Look at that. Perfect. Everything we wanted has been selected, and you know, we just want the bird to be able to take it onto the next image. But while we're on the bird, look at the size. At the bottom of the screen you have another menu over here, and you can say document size, and it tells us it's 8.8 megs, or you can say dimensions there, and it's 12 centimeters by 12 centimeters, which is very large. Let's look at our next image. Our next image is only 6 by 4, so it's 6 across 4, so we're going to have a problem. So let's go back and resize this one. Image size, and we will now change it, and we're going to use the centimeters. So let's make the bird 4 centimeters, and you see the aspect ratio is locked, so it's 4 by 3, and we say okay. Now we can split our screen again to make it easier, so you can see what's happened. We'll click on the bird, and we'll drag him over onto our picture and let go. We've now finished with this, the bird image, so we'll close it. We don't want to save changes, all we wanted was the bird. And there he is. Now if we find he's still too big, Control T to transform. Don't forget to hold down Shift to maintain the aspect ratio, and we can just do the fine tuning there. To get rid of the handlebars, press Enter, and our selection's done. Of course, the first thing we're going to do to our image is copy it up, and we'll close that eye. We're busy on this layer. Okay, we want to go back and make the bird active. We want to make the bird slightly see-through. So we go to our opacity, and you can actually just click on the word opacity and hold your click and move your slider. Option 1 of doing it, you can click over here and the slider will come up and you can move there. And the third option is we can just say, alright, I want it at 80%, type in 80 and enter. There we go. And you can see now the bird is slightly see-through. What we can do is we can merge the visible layers. Layer, merge visible. One way of doing it. The other way is we just right click over here and merge visible. Now that becomes one image. It's solid. We cannot adjust this again. It's now part of the image. Now I'm going to put a new layer above it. I'm going to fill it with white. So Alt backspace is my command, and I've put now a white layer over it. But on this layer I want to put a layer mask. It's the first time we're using the layer mask now, and we come down to the bottom here, and this little square with a circle inside it is our layer mask. You see what happens there. Now it's important to use the color swatches. Foreground color, background color, that is black and white. Swap them around. We have white over there, so we want to paint black above it. So we get our brush tool, and we want a soft brush, and we will start painting. And you see what happens as we paint. The black comes into our layer mask and our image appears. If we swap our colors here and we paint white, we hide again. So if you make a mistake, you can go back. Now, let's say I want to make something like a pair of binoculars. I take a hard brush, I'll make it a bit bigger, and I'll click over there. I need black, of course. Swap the colors, click over there, come over here, and click again, and there I have something that looks like a pair of binoculars. Swap my colors, and I can paint that all back. The other thing I can do is now go and get a very soft brush, so around there, make it a little bit smaller, and I can start pulling. Now, when you click once, you get that effect. You click again and again and again, it gets harder. So every time you go over something, let's change the opacity as well, bring that down to around there. You see, now it leaves a little bit of a cloudy effect. Do it even more, let's make it extreme. So when you click, you're not right through, so you're going to click more than once. And every time we click now, we're going to get 33% vision. So we click there, 33% is taken away. And now we'll take away 33% of what's left, and 33% of what's left, and so we go on until eventually we'll get away to nothing. And this is nice, especially if you want to make a ghostly figure appearing down a passage or something. You'll change the opacity of a person or the ghostly figure you want to use, and you can make quite a scary image. And if we've found we've taken too much away, we can simply brush them back. And you can have a lot of fun making effects with this technique. Play with it, enjoy it. Remember, it is a layer mask down the bottom here. It's not your selection mask over there. And it comes up, it's highlighted. Make sure that you keep it highlighted, and away you go. Have fun.